Hi, grade fives. Welcome back. I hope you're getting some time in to get outside now that the weather is so nice out. And I hope you're still getting some of the work done that we've been sending home for you. Today I'm going to be going over the division work that I put on the website. I don't believe I sent this home in a paper copy. It's strictly on the website. So you will have to do the math in your journals this week, which is a great way to save some extra paper for me to print, and good practice for writing notes and doing more work in those notebooks. So I'm going to go over these sheets here piece by piece. I'm going to do about the first 3, I think, in this video, and then I'll break it up so that way you can find the sheet you're working on quicker, and you don't have to go or watch like a half an hour long video of me talking. You can break it up a little bit. So the first page here is mental division strategies using our multiplication facts. So multiplication facts will help us with division, as they are the reverse of each other, the same way that addition and subtraction are the reverse of each other. That property applies to multiplication and division the same way it applies to addition and subtraction. So, also, just so you remember, I did put up a multiplication chart on the front page of our grade on the website, so you can refer to that, or just log on to Google and type in multiplication chart and click images, and there will be tons for you. I think Prodigy has one, I think Mathletics has one, and I think there's just a whole bunch of other ones out there for you to take a look at. So they will help you out with this. I'm going to go over A and B probably on each one, and then you are free to do the rest on your own. So for this one, 56 divided by 7. Well, I know that 8 times 7 is 56, and I either know that or I can go to my multiplication chart and figure that out. So then I know that 56 divided by 7 is 8. Okay. And for B, the same thing applies. I can go to my multiplication chart. I'm looking at 121 divided by 11, and looking at that chart or just knowing it in my head, I know that 11 times 11 is 121. So therefore, 121 divided by 11 is equal to 11. So I'm just moving my microphone here so I can move this up so you can see the next bit. All right, so for part 2 here, we're going to try these again using your multiplication chart to figure them out. So 81 divided by 9 is the same as 9 times something equals 81. And I can go to my multiplication chart and find out that that is, in fact, 9. For B here, 40 divided by 5 is equal to something. Well, 5 times a number gives me 40. And I'm going to go to my multiplication chart, and I will find out that that number is 8. Okay? You can fill out the rest of those. So again, go to your multiplication chart, and you can use those. And if others just come to you naturally, then that's great. You can just do them without the multiplication chart. So for number 3, we're going to fill in the division wheels using multiplication facts to help me. So all of these ones here are being divided by 6, this number here in the middle. The other ones, they're all going to be divided by 9, and these other ones here are all going to be divided by 4. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to work clockwise. However you want to do this is totally up to you. But I'm going to go 24 divided by 6. I go back to my multiplication chart, and I find out that 4 times 6 is 24. So 24 divided by 6 is 4. Again, kind of the same way that any number times 1 is the number. Any number divided by itself is 1. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. 48 divided by 6. Well, I know that 6 times 8 is 48. So then I'm going to put an 8 in there. 18 divided by 6. I know that 3 times 6 is 18. So 18 divided by 6 is 3. 30 divided by 6. Well, I know that 5 times 6 is 30. So 30 divided by 6 is 5. 42 divided by 6, I know, either just knowing or going to my multiplication chart, that 6 times 7 is 42. So 42 divided by 6 equals 7. For 60, I know that 10 times 6 is 60. That's a pretty easy one to figure out. And for 36, I know that 6 times 6 is 36. So 36 divided by 6 is also 6. Okay, so that's the first page there for you. Pretty easy, and if you're using that multiplication chart, it should be a quick one for you. We're going to keep on using those mental division strategies and using those multiplication facts. So knowing the fact families, this is what I talked about a little bit earlier in the video, saying that kind of that inverse property that they're related to multiplication facts the same way addition and subtraction facts are related. So 3 times 5 is 15, 5 times 3 is 15, which means that 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. Okay, so for each one of these here in 4, you are going to fill in these empty spots. So I know that 7 times 8 is 56, which means that 8 times 7 is 56. So 56 divided by something is 8. Well, I know that is 7. And something divided by 7 equals 8. I'm going to go ahead and put in 56. So as you can see, all of these are related. 7 times 8 is 56. 8 times 7 is 56. 56 divided by 7 is 8. And 56 divided by 7 is also 8. Interesting. I believe that one is meant to be 56 divided by 8 equals 7, which would actually make that a fact family. So you can go on for B and C and work those out on your own. So for 5, we're going to write down another multiplication fact and 2 division facts for each question. So 6 times 7 is 42. Well, the easy one to put in there is my multiplication fact, which is 7 times 6 also equals 42. And I know that if I'm doing division, that bigger number is going to come first. So 42 and 42 are going to be my starters. I'm going to be dividing them by something, and they're going to equal something. Okay? Sorry, so you can see that a little bit better. Now, obviously, I've used 7 and 6 to equal 42. So 7 and 6 are going to go here. I'm going to divide by 7, and I'm going to divide by 6, and my answers are going to be the opposite. 42 divided by 7 is 6, and 42 divided by 6 is 7. Okay? Finish those ones up there. So you should have 3 equations in each box that you have added. On to number 6, we're going to look at these 2 division facts. And imagine that you're explaining that to a younger child, or maybe your brother or sister, or another student in the school, how they're related and yet also different. How would you do it, and what would you say or write or draw? So how would you solve these equations? I'm not going to do this one for you because it is the only one, but I want you to think about how you might explain this to maybe a classmate who's not understanding it, or a younger student who's just learning it, or maybe you've got a brother or sister who's struggling and they need your help. How would you teach this to them? Or maybe I don't know and you need to teach me how to do it. Okay, so we're gonna do the tens, hundreds, and thousands here in this video, and then that will be it for this here video. So when we divide by 10, we move the number 1 place value to the right, that way. When we divide by 100, we move the number 2 place values to the right, also the same direction. And when we divide by 1,000, we move the number 3 place values to the right. So let's look at what happens to 45,000 when we apply these rules. If I divide it by 10, I get 4,500. If I divide it by 100, I get 450. And if I divide it by 1,000, I get 45. So I'm not going to do A here for you because A is the exact same as this one up here. So I'm going to come over here and do B with you. So this one is 43,000. So I'm going to move everything over 1. 4, 3, 0, 0. So 43,000 divided by 10 is 4,300. Move it over one more time. 4, 3, 0. 43,000 divided by 100 is 430. And move it over one more time. 43,000 divided by 100 is 43. So basically for A, you are copying exactly what they put up here. And then it is up to you to do C and D. And this last little bit here is a matching kind of situation. So what number is 1,000 times smaller than 32,000? So another way to look at this is to look at it as 32,000 divided by 1,000. So if I did 32,000 divided by 1,000, I'm moving things over and I'm going to get 32. So I'm going to draw a nice little line down here, and then I'm going to look at B. If it helps you to write this out, write out what the question is, then go for it. If not, if the answers just kind of snap in your head, then just draw the lines. That's okay. I'm not going to make you show your work on this one. If you're having trouble with it though, give me a shout either on my email or on Facebook, and I will see what I can do. I've also linked a couple of videos on the website that go over some more division strategies and stuff for you. Give those a watch and see if that helps too. Otherwise, yeah, give me a shout, and I hope you are all doing great and are getting some of that work done. Have a good rest of the day.